find inspiration in the astrological signs. So how did this come about? Well, the way this kind of all started is that one day when I was writing Leo, I opened the Yahoo homepage, I think, and there was an article about your sex sign or something similar, just a fun little piece. So as I was reading it, I thought, well, wouldn't it be kind of interesting if you took a character that had all the personality attributes of a specific sign and then you threw life circumstances at them that would have them veer away from those innate characteristics. How would they fight to get back to who they were meant to be? What would that look like? And initially it was just a way to inspire myself to answer some questions about those specific characters. But since then, the astrological inspiration has worked both in defining the characters and also in inspiring the plot as well. I've worked it in different ways with different books, and sometimes it's a really big part of my inspiration, and sometimes it's very loosely based on a legend or a characteristic or something like that, but it does always serve to inspire in some way.
So I was asked what led me to write a rockstar romance series, which is something new for me, something I had never done before. And what actually started it was Melanie from We Like It Big book blog. And she just kept telling me that she wanted me to write a rockstar romance, that was what she would love to see. And she's one of my favorite readers, not to pick favorites, but she's just been an amazing supporter all these years. And I love rock stars on top of it, and I go to shows. I love being in a pit. I just love that whole feeling. So when she was suggesting it, it just kind of like started working in my head. I'm like, yeah, I could totally do this, and do it my style, and fit all that emotion in there and like get to the heart of those bad boys. So that's where it started.
Hi ladies, it's Katie here, talking about how I got inspired to write fairy tales. So the thing is, fairy tales were never on my radar. I like fairy tales, but I had never planned like a series, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I love this idea. No, what happened was my friends, two awesome authors, Jamie Davenport and Allie K. Adams, came to me in April of 14, and they said, we have one spot left on this anthology we're throwing together. Are you interested? And I was like, wow, I was so flattered. I was like, I've never been asked to do an anthology. Woo, yes, I want to do it. And they said, okay, well, the one twist is we need your book in like a very short amount of time. Well, this was a little bit of a problem because I was in the middle of writing a series about a Swedish-American family in Montana, and I just didn't see how I could do it. I essentially had 30 days between books to write this book for the anthology. And so I said to them, listen, I think I'm going to have to borrow a structure to do this. I don't think I can come up with a story completely from scratch. Like, would you mind if I borrowed like either mythology or folklore or a fairy tale? And they were like, no, go for it. That's fun. People like that. So I thought, okay. So I had to come up with a hero, a veteran, a policeman, a fireman. And I just thought that the story of Beauty and the Beast would work so beautifully. And sure enough, like the Vixen and the Vet, well, it was originally called Savannah and the Soldier, but I like the alliteration because Beauty and the Beast, so I wanted either, anyway, worked out to be the Vixen and the Vet, which, like most of my audience, totally hated the title. What can you do? And I never expected it to be so beloved, but it was, and so I decided to keep going, and Ginger's Heart will be my third fairy tale about, it's a reboot of Little Red Riding Hood, and next year will be Don't Speak, a reboot of The Little Mermaid, and following that will be Swan Song. I can't wait to write that, a reboot of The Ugly Duckling. So stay tuned, Mac Babes, lots of fairy tales coming your way.
Ocean, I was the sun. If the day made me heavy, gravity